Hello, good evening to all of you. And after many years, I'm coming back and doing a session like this. I'm thrilled to be with all of you. I hope you will enjoy this entire session. This will give you tremendous understanding of what to focus when you start a product or a services company. I hope you're all having a fantastic day and focusing on your health, which is the most important thing. We will talk about food, body, and health maybe in a different session, which is what the whole world needs today. All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time and coming into this workshop. I have been an entrepreneur for 29 years, invested in 19 startups, 3 successful exits, 7 failures, and bootstrapped 5 companies. Pepper Square, the company I work with, is my 8th startup. And the last 20 years of my journey is filled with great learnings while working with some of the finest minds in the industry. Some of them are listening today. I'm very thankful to all of you. Life to me is all about individual experiences. In the next 20 minutes, I will be sharing insights on how leading companies are transforming their businesses by focusing on customer experience. I will open the Q&A at the end of this presentation. Will try my best to share my insights to all your questions. Brands that fail to innovate. MySpace was launched in America in 2004. I'm sure many of you would have used it. It had 90 million users just in the US. MySpace interface was clumsy that confused users. Facebook redefined its strategy and design. MySpace was killed. Blockbuster was the largest video rental company in the world with 9,000 stores and 50 million members. It was stuck to its old business model while Netflix redefined the experience of how we see movies. Some of you would have used Polaroid cameras. I used to love Polaroid cameras. By late 90s, Polaroid was the top seller of cameras and held a monopoly in the instant photography business with 65% gross margin, 65% gross margin on instant film. Polaroid had invested at that time enormous amount of money in R&D to create a digital camera, and they had a working prototype long before their closest competition had even entered the digital sphere. Polaroid ignored the potential of digital cameras. They went bankrupt. I used to love Sony Walkman. Walkman was a market leader for over 20 years. While Sony failed to foresee the mega trend, Apple smoothly took the lead and changed the world with iPod. There is not a single person in the world who has not heard of iPod today. And iPod had its own evolution, and today everything is integrated in your phone. I'm going to show you in the next 3 slides 3 great examples of companies that thrive on customer experience. I hope these will inspire you to focus on customer experience. Nokia was a rock-solid phone and a pioneer of the mobile revolution, whereas Apple reimagined the mobile phone with a focus on individual experience. Both built for seamless communication. Only iPhone offers a lovable experience, and we don't get to see Nokia today. Beamer is an engineering marvel, but Tesla stirred the traditional market, with a distinct buzz of self-driving capabilities incorporating futuristic design. Both engineered for performance, no doubt. Only Tesla offers disruptive customer experience. Wired phones are clumsy. We all have used it. We still use it. AirPod removed the physical restrictions and made it fluid, and it has become part of us. Both built for innovation in audio tech. Only AirPods offers on-the-go experience. If you think good design is expensive, you should look at the cost of bad design. I'm going to show you two amazing data points that will blow your mind. How can somebody do this? The interface, what you see, is like 1,000 years old, right? In 2020, Citibank was using this software. Citibank accidentally transferred $900 million of the loan amount to Revlon vendors using this software called FlexCube software. Citibank was supposed to transfer just 7.8 million, whereas they transferred $900 million. It happened just 2 years back. This occurred due to the poorly designed and confusing interface of FlexCube software. Following a legal battle, Citibank lost $500 million. Can you imagine that? One page of a software that was poorly designed, and Citibank lost $500 million. In Amazon App Store, in-app purchases did not provide enough notice and password requirements to prevent unwanted charges to parents. Kids made in-app purchases left, right, center and spent hundreds of dollars of their parents' money. Amazon lost the legal battle and had to refund $70 million to its users. Can you imagine just two software interface and each one of them just hardly one feature or two feature, just a feature, not even a screen, that collectively wiped out two companies $570 million. And I can go on with hundreds of examples, but we don't have time for that. What is that people value most in their customer experience? This is a brilliant research by PricewaterhouseCoopers, and I'm going to show you. You will enjoy it. It doesn't matter whether you are a product company or a services company. It doesn't matter how small you are. It doesn't matter how big you are. Customer experience is the key to build your business. The x-axis, what you're seeing, shows the level of importance for customer experience, whereas the y-axis shows what customers are ready to pay for. Look at this carefully. People are interested in paying more money, and the experience is almost near 50% for social responsibility. I have few of the NGOs who have joined us today. These are all for you, that you need to focus on customer experience. Don't think that you are an NGO or a not-for-profit. You don't need to focus on it. You must focus on customer experience. Loyalty program is least prioritized with most of the companies. But customers are saying that if they have a great loyalty program, they would be very happy. Their experience will go up. How many companies are listening to me? Up-to-date technology is very important. It's not anymore possible you stay with a 5-year-old technology, but there is a tremendous amount of lag. Look at this webinar. It is so seamless, but there are many companies who are trying to beat this company. So every day there are competition building up, but they're all not from the large companies. They're all from startups. That's the beauty of entrepreneurship. The last one in this is knowledge services. Knowledge is the key to human progress. Without updating your skill, our life is not fulfilled. So focus on knowledge services. Focus on giving as much as insights and your learning to your customers. That's what they like. If you look at these red circles, design and brand image creates 50%, between 50 to 55% of customer experience. Unique experience creates around 55% to 60% of customer experience. Personalization is a key which is becoming the important factor to create experience, whether you are a retailer, you are a technology company, whether you are an NGO, you are a government, it doesn't matter. India created a beautiful app in no time to track COVID vaccination. No other country created that fast. So there is a great opportunity for all of you listening from India and all the other developing nations to create outstanding experiences which are personalized. Easy mobile experience is the key. Human interaction is key. After COVID, we all know that human interaction, we started valuing it more because we all got stuck up to the four walls, right? Easy payments are important. When I'm in India, today I don't get to use paper currencies. It's all digital. It's GPay, it's Paytm, all of them. Everybody is using it. When Prime Minister Modi was talking about it 5 years ago, people laughed at him. But the truth is what you are all experiencing today. You should be, as an entrepreneur, as a senior executive, CXOs, founders, or employee of any company, look for possible potential opportunities that will transform your company. Friendly service is today rated at 80%. Convenience is 80%. What is human life without having convenience and comfort? We are driven by convenience and comfort. Efficiency is the largest in the game of things. If you can make me save time, I would love to pay for that experience. I would love to buy your product. I would love to use your services. So what is the future of customer experience? The future of customer experience, take my word friends, it's personalization. 50% of the people say they won't consider purchasing from a brand that has poorly designed mobile interface. This is true for website, web apps, or any kind of touch points. 74% of users leave websites that show them content which are not related to their interest. You go type something in Google, all of you would have experienced it. You'll be shocked when I say this. Out of 10 times, only once you will get the data which is perfect, which means if you type Paytm, you will get it. But if you're looking for something which says, for example, I'm looking for a best autism school in Bangalore, it will show up all kinds of stuff from all over the world, but it's not precise, right? So Google has a long way to go, and that's where Google's traffic is coming down through their search engine, but YouTube is increasing, Facebook and Instagrams are increasing. 56% of people experienced a boost in engagement because of personalized marketing. I want to just touch upon this. Many of you who are here, I know you guys personally, I'm connected to you. You are all brilliant entrepreneurs. You are working for a company. You have a great idea. But the problem is you don't know how to market it. Marketing, you have to throw the little you know and then unlearn all that knowledge which you have, relearn newer ideas, because unless until you are in the present, you can never be a great marketer. Most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, companies fail because they are thinking for the new problem. They are trying to solve the new problem with their old ideas. Rather, you should solve today's problem with today's ideas, because the world is changing so fast. Designed by humans for humans. I always say this to everybody, that we are designing for humans and animals and beings, not for robots which are focused only on efficiency. Steve Jobs said, step out of the building, meet potential customers to learn about the challenges they are facing to solve their problems in life. Because you need customers, all of us need customers. If you don't know what your customers are going through, how are you going to solve their problems? When you understand customer problems, you can design solutions that are meaningful. There is a tectonic shift happening. Remember, there is a tectonic shift happening in the way people experience your product and services. That includes all of us. Whether you are using Spotify, Instagram, nowadays we are moving away from Facebook. My mother, who is 84 years old, she feels that Instagram is much more easier for her to read than Facebook. Then what about all of us? Very few companies have understood how not to complicate users' experience. I want to add a point from my 30 years of experience in design is that don't keep adding newer features. The greatest companies reduce features. So what is stopping companies from creating customer experience that is delightful? The current landscape of solving business problems with tech, I'm going to walk you through that. It starts with defining a problem. You generate alternative solutions and then evaluate and select an alternative. Then you implement and test it and you go live. Surely technology is an enabler. We all know that. And without technological advancement, we won't be talking today. Today people are accessing this presentation from all over the world because there are beautiful technologies available there today. Anybody can use it. It was not the case 10 years from today. It was not the case. Companies are focusing on the software and hardware of technology, but rarely do they prioritize on the software and hardware of human beings, because this is the true enabler of experience. Our being, our human being, all of us are the true enablers of experience. I'm going to show you something exciting. I'm excited about this because I have changed this so many times, thousands of times. I have created this methodology based on my 30 years of observing people's behavior. I love to look at people behavior. That changes everything for me, my perspective, that gives me all kinds of clues to solve problems. These includes three things. One, customer experience. Two, better choices. Third is opportunities. What are these? Empathy is everything. Why? Emotions are the lowest level of consciousness, whereas empathy is the highest level of consciousness. The product and service we use habitually alter our everyday behavior. What happens is situational clues, what we call in design, are the things we do with little or no conscious thought. All the habits are formed unconsciously. That's why it's very important to understand what we call it as triggers and habit cycle. Triggers and habit cycles belong to this group. To be successful product and increase engagement, it is important to engineer action. To be a successful product and increase engagement, it is impossible to engineer the actions. So how do you engineer the action? It is called unprompted user engagement. That is possible only when we build user habits. So how do you build user habits? Is it possible to build user habits? The greatest companies like Airbnb, Apple, all of them do two things effectively. Either they do one of this or both of that. One, they disrupt the market. Other, they change the behavior. Earlier, we used to get up and brush our teeth. Otherwise, you'll get a whack from your mother. Today, you get up and then you check your WhatsApp. They changed your behavior itself. That's what I'm going to show you. What does it involve? Influencing customers to use your product on their own again and again without relying on call to action. Call to action is notifications. People are fed up of notifications. Understanding the frequency of a product usage is of paramount importance to help make better choices. It is to do with what I call mind monopoly. For new behaviors to really take hold, they must occur as often as possible, like how we floss. Product and service success doesn't stop with earning just profit, but it starts with creating a lovable experience that your customers die for. The concept of we have created a great product and the customer will love it is dead and gone. It doesn't work anymore. Go where your customers are and do that and do what they are doing. Do what your customers are doing to understand their experience. I was told recently by one of the great startups called Healthify Me, the founder came from the US, lived with 37 rupees to understand how Indians are living a healthy life. That's a brilliant way to understand your customers. There is no better way. That's exactly what I'm talking here. Isn't it Everything we do, all our actions are really driven by data about experiences that we have had, what we liked and what we not liked. All this goes on into making our decisions about our life. It is, in some sense, the whole world is analytics. That's why I'm saying let glory be the data. If you don't track what's happening, you have failed, because numbers never lie. Technology is our lifeline. The one who learns how to use it to their advantage to solve modern problems are the only winners. How do you hook the audience? The first thing is user behavior. If you don't understand the user behavior, you have failed. So how do you understand user behavior? Today, all of us here and everybody else, they expect things to happen instantly. I'm saying here 3 clicks to reach the destination, but today they don't want to click at all. They just want that to happen. That's what AI is trying to do. Siri says that. Siri, you don't have to touch. Everything is voice driven. All of us are impatient today. Accept the fact. I call it as a 7 seconds itch to make a decision. All of us and everybody else in the world has only 7 seconds to make a decision. Whether it is mobile screen or you go to a store, physical store, it doesn't matter. The second most important one, what we call it as user stimuli. It has 3 vital ingredients. Number 1, how do we connect emotionally? Because that creates the promise. Because when your customer is using your product, you are not with them. They don't have the passion you have to look at your product the way you look at it. They are looking at it in their own sweet time. So it's very important for you to create that connect. Fulfill their expectation. Your user expectation is the key, and it's important for you to understand that. The most important is it must evoke further interest. If you don't evoke further interest, it's a waste of time. The last one is user navigation. Do you know that none of us read today? We scan. We either go from left to right if it is a computer screen. We go from top to bottom if it is a mobile screen. So what happens in these? Trigger action. That is what I spoke about. It's very important. Empathy is all about triggering emotion, triggering action. Action is understanding all of these together and then help them make the right decision. And that's where they make the decision. This is the last slide. I'm going to show you something exciting. This is my prediction. I hope it doesn't come true, but let's see. I want to show you 2 companies that are failing to innovate. These 2 popular companies change the way we connect with people and entertain ourselves. Facebook and Netflix. Will they lose out like MySpace, Blockbuster, Nokia, and Sony Walkman? Yes, if they take the decision based on sitting in their boardroom ideas and not focusing on customer experience. Thank you for listening to me, and I will open the Q&A. We will send you the recorded version to all of you, and then feel free to share this with your friends. And I have one important message to all of you. Focus on food, health, and live a joyful life. I have enabled the chat. Feel free to ask your questions, and I would love to answer. Anupam is asking, what makes you say that Netflix is not innovating? Anupam, I hope you remember that Netflix lost millions of users because they were not innovating. Today, I hate to watch movies in Netflix because it's not the streaming problem. They have a tremendous amount of problem in understanding what I want. When I say that I want to watch a Hollywood film, they throw South Indian films. When I say I want to watch a South Indian film, they show Hollywood films. So they are not innovating. They have been a phenomenal company. They have grown so much, but they are not innovating at all. I can give various kinds of examples, but I would wait for others to ask me different question. Thank you so much. Anita is asking, unprompted engagement seems like a very big challenge. Any successful examples? I would recommend all of you to read a great book called Hooked by Nee Rial. It's very important for all of you to read books. 8 years ago, I used to take at least 1 month to finish one book. Today, I finish 15 to 20 books in a month. I have learned to read books. The great example is Amitabh Bachchan. Even today, at the age of 80, he's able to stay relevant is because he's ready to take up anything. He's not saying that I want only a hero role. That's what we all need to learn from people. Saurabh is asking a question, user experience for core industries like mining, manufacturing, etc. This is a fantastic question, Saurabh. All the software in the world were created by engineers. Only today, the software is designed by designers. The idea comes from most of the time engineers. Rarest of the rare, you will find a Airbnb. That's why Paytm is so clunky. That's why HDFC Bank interface, even though it's supposed to be the best, they've got awards, it sucks big time, right? So, especially in India, if you ask me, if you compare with America and India, because we work, all of us work with America, right? So, America, if they are focusing on design up to around 60%, can you guess how much India is focusing? I'm talking about businesses. It's rarely 5%. 5% I've been very nice here. Many of my friends who are all design experts, they say that it's 2% or less than that, even today. And today, Swiggy's of the world or any of the latest companies are trying to do that, but they're also stuck. And the next question Suhas is asking, Muki, you told it's important to remove features than adding it. How do we decide which features to retain and remove? It's a brilliant question, Suhas. If you're starting a product, the first thing I would say is don't keep on tweaking. Go live. Today in Silicon Valley, people go live in 21 days flat. That's the way it happens. Go get a customer. Show it to a customer, even if it is just a wireframe on paper. Ask them, will you buy my product if I come out with this product, right? And then the customer will tell you which features they like, which they don't like. Talk to 10 different customers. If 90% of them say that they don't like the feature, remove it. The next question, Gladson Johnson, who's an expert in fitness, he's saying, will technology be the boon to the fitness industry? Absolutely, Gladson. It is becoming the boon in the fitness industry. There are fantastic softwares, especially with Apple Watch, data analytics. The technology is already there, but it's the experience that is going to redefine who you are. Lubo is asking, most CMO and startup founders don't understand the value of good design. I cannot disagree with you. Moreover, they even don't understand the design is not only about visuals, but about the strategy and creation of the experience of the brand. Absolutely. So how do you think we can educate them or change the bias? Brilliant question, and it's very close to my heart because I've been a designer all along my life. The most important thing is to show them this particular presentation. I'm doing it today for you because this has come from 30 years of these questions people ask me. I'll give you a story. There was a guy we used to work with in Delhi, and he asked us to do one of the companies I invested in. He asked us to create a shopping cart. This I'm talking about 15 years ago. And then we designed the shopping cart. He said that, no, I need a shopping cart with a line. Go there online and then figure it out. So we picked it up online with the link he gave. And then we showed it to him. He said, this is the one I want. Change the color. Now go back to Google and tell everybody not to use this shopping cart. This is the kind of an understanding people have. But we should not laugh at them because he's your customer. You need to educate. So how do you educate? It's very important for you to listen to their problems. And don't sell your solution. Never ever start with a solution. Always stop reacting, but respond. Take the data from them, go back and think and come back, present to them an idea for what they are asking and tell them, hey, I have improvised on this. Take a look at this. When they see these two designs, that is when they'll understand. There is no need for you to show and feel proud about it, about your ideas, because your customers are the one who's paying for you when it comes to services as well as product companies. Naga Harshita is asking, almost many people started to run startup. In 10 years, will Indian people show interest to work as an employee, or they may think of owning a business? Fantastic question, Naga. I would recommend all of you to quit your job and start a company. And it's going to be very, very challenging. But after 20 years, you'll realize how beautiful your life is, because freedom can be experienced only in entrepreneurship. Akhil is asking, thanks for the session, Muki. Design is global, but still remains a subjective tussle with your clients and business. What's your advice to help someone understand design why it will work for them. Think about this. There is no better design than a human being or a tree. Nature knows how to design. That's what people say. No, nature evolves. So we also need to evolve. You need to tell them what works yesterday doesn't work today. There is no way you can teach somebody to learn about something. All you can do is you can show them the way, but they should be ready. Aditya is asking where I can build a beautiful and robust product. Would like to understand your thoughts on acquisition. This is too large a question, but beautiful product you can build starting from your home. Take a piece of paper and start writing it down. Keep on writing it down. Go to select 5 different target customers and go show your customers that this is the product you are building. Will they buy? How much will they pay for it? And that's the trick. Acquisition, I'm not going to talk about it because that's a big topic. With more automation happening around, do you foresee a change in regular digital user acquisition channels like Google, Meta, pretty dead already? I'm happy that you said that. Amazon, etc. Absolutely right. If you look at it today, we have what is called digital fatigue. Digital fatigue has become extremely high today. And with digital fatigue, I'm going to increase my video so that all of you can see it clearly. Right. Thank you. Now you can see me. And so this is for Aditya. Aditya is saying that, do you foresee a change in regular digital user acquisition channels? Absolutely. Aditya, remember that 5 years before, or maybe 7 years before, we did not have Paytm at all. There was no digital currency in India. Yesterday, RBI came back and said that I think it's the first regulatory authority in the world which said that we are going to open up digital currency, right? So very soon you will be, I think February next year, you will be using digital currency, which RBI will not have access to, which means they don't know how much money you have, but they know what money denomination you are using it. Look at this. It's the whole world is getting disrupted. Satvik is asking, what do you think will we be the future of mobile application and versus websites? I think that already it's happening. Mobile is personal. Websites are not personal. Why? Because you are holding the mobile in your hand and it's in your pocket. You hug your mobile more than you hug your loved ones, Satvik. That's the truth. And it's very important for you to understand, unless until you are there. For example, let's say that if you're a law firm, and law firms, why is that you need to talk to everybody using email? Because emails are boring. We need to create a different application. I think that very soon there will be personalized application and which are going to be built by you using what is called no-code solution. That's becoming very popular. Write it down. It's called no-code solution. You can just go there without knowing any software programming. You can start writing a code and create your own application. And that's what it's going to be. After that, there won't be any emails. There won't be SMS, nothing at all. His other question is, will the mobile application become redundant in the future, especially for B2B services? I don't think mobile will be redundant anytime soon. In the next 10 years, it will be there. But the way we access mobile phones is going to change drastically. Today, most of the time, when I want to call somebody, I call Siri, right? I don't touch, I don't feel the phone. So that's the way it's going to be. Once augmented reality is becoming very popular, once that is there, you won't touch the menu cards at all anymore. We work with the largest restaurant company, which has 1,850 restaurants in America. So we sitting in India, we design solutions for them, right? In terms of interface, 400 million people in a year, whatever they are using, the designs are done by PepperSquare, right? And that's possible today because we are able to understand the customer expectations by being with them and going there and understanding with them, right? So very soon, various softwares which are driven by AI and no code will start understanding you better. And that's what is going to happen. Vigna Raja is asking, hi Muki, good session. I thought you would touch upon some insights on AI in this session. AI is very, very different subject. We will talk about it later. What would be the future of UX design when AI takes over the market? Brilliant, brilliant question. So my answer is that Art is personal, design is global. So if you look at Picasso's art, you will experience, you will like it. I may not like it, but design, all of us like it. Designs has to be thought through by humans. You can use AI and any machines to only increase efficiency. AI can think, but they can't really think. You are feeding them, right? That's why we call it as artificial intelligence. They are not intelligent enough. They are only artificial intelligence. Maybe one day it will surely get better and better and better. But as I said, design is in the nascent stages of our life. Because when you look at a tree, when you look at an animal, when you look at yourself, it's beautifully designed. Whereas you look at all that human beings have designed. So any amount of design, what we have done itself is not helping us. So AI has a long way to go, but it's going to change many things. But I would say strongly that even though Netflix and Googles of the world, they say that they are great companies with AI, their search sucks. Relative search engine in Amazon sucks. Amazon keep throwing the same thing which I bought. And they know that when I bought, how often I buy, and they should be able to suggest me so beautifully. No AI bullshit is working there, right? That's the truth. So we have a long way to go. Anubhav is asking, what's your opinion on intrusive advertising? Terrible. Intrusive advertising is terrible. Google keeps paying, so many companies except Apple keeps paying money for keeping their microphone on when the program is on and they are recording what you're talking, right? So I don't like it at all. Seems like it is everywhere. Nothing is actually free for the customer, isn't it? When you talk today, I'm sure you would have experienced it. Many times when I talk, if my Instagram is open and whatever I'm talking to my friends, that ads keeps popping up. How is that possible, right? Anima Nair is asking, cool and on-dot presentation, Muki, thanks. Customer experience stretches the cost for a startup, where cost is a key. How to turn table here without burning a profit? Absolutely not. Customer experience does not stretches the cost. It reduces the cost. You need to be with the customer, understanding them. Don't start building your product till you have a clarity on your purpose. Anima is saying, what do you think the need for designing a product that take into account that needs neurodivergence? Fantastic question. All products are designed with only neurotypicals in mind on how we can begin initiating such changes. You are an expert in this. For the little I know, let me tell you this. Why do you think of the need for designing a product that take into account the needs of neurodivergence? See, what happens is we need to understand that anything we talk today, we call it science. No, it's not science. It's scientific. There is a difference between scientific study and science. What is the difference? Scientific is research and knowledge, and then all those research and experiment we are doing, we are trying to show. And that gets changed very often. Science is when I throw this remote down, I know that it's going to fall down. You know that it's going to fall down because science is universal. Scientific research is individual, right? So it's very important to understand that what is the difference between consciousness and mind. Mind is not consciousness. Conscious is not brain. Brain is different from conscious. Consciousness is different from mind. When researchers start understanding this, I think the world will change. Most of the time, whether it is healthcare or technology or any other industry, we segregate information clinically. For example, if you take the cancer patient or autism patient, the most important thing healthcare industry is looking at how to make profit out of it. They are not interested in solving a problem. They are not interested in curing. I have not come across one single cancer patient which said that they got cured because of allopathy or Ayurvedic or anything. It can happen only by changing your diet. That also it's not possible. There is nothing called cure. You can only make it better and make sure that you live longer, but you are just alive. If you keep taking medicines, there is going to be tremendous amount of side effects. Why? It's impossible to figure out all the things what's happening inside. Do you know that it is said that we have more than 50 trillion cells in our body? Just 50 years ago, they said that it's 2 million cells. Today, they are saying 50 plus trillion cells. So world is changing every day because our understanding is very low. Madhukar is saying how to diagnose UX problem in software or website? There are many ways to find out. And one of the ways is that I always say that usability means what I'm used to, right? If I am having a problem, then I don't like that software. So what we do is what is called go where the customer is. I just spoke about it. Intuit, great company, Scott Cook, when I have met him multiple times, I always used to ask him, because they are one of the companies which redesigned how you pay taxes, right? With what is called TurboTax. I think one of the people from Intuit is here in this webinar. So there are multiple ways. One of them is called focus group. Santosh is asking, I attend this session just to see you, Muki. Thank you so much. Excited to see you after about 10 years. Thank you again. Love your energy. Best wishes. I have to drop now. Thank you so much, Santosh. Saurabh is saying, has PepperSquare done any design simplification for the automotive industry? Yes, we worked a little bit with Toyota. We worked with Nissan earlier through, I think, Deloitte or somebody. We have done quite a bit of interface earlier. Recently, we have not done, I don't know, I should ask my team. Supreet Kumar is saying, we eagerly await for informative sessions on immersive technologies, on how they connect humans in the future. I will take all your feedback. And as Santosh said, after 10 years, maybe 7 years, I'm coming back. You will see me more. We'll all get to see. I'm also trying to do physical events. There is tremendous amount of feedback I've got. And Tamki is saying, greetings from Nigeria. This is awesome. Thank you so much. I would love to visit Nigeria one day. Reach out to me at muki@peppersquare.com. I will come and see you. Let's teach all the kids in Nigeria how to think forward and they make it as a Picasso of the world. And Geeta is saying, very interesting presentation perspective. Thanks, Muki. What is your thoughts on workforce to handle the customer needs? Workforce today are interested in working from home. When you are going to work from home, you are not going to understand your customers. That's it. There is no way you can understand your customers sitting at home. That is my first advice to all the workforce. Mishi is saying, you are awesome, Muki. Thank you. Same energy. Thank you for coming back. I learned by ABC for UX from you and PS PepperSquare. The same energy comes from I eat only raw food. I don't eat cooked food. I eat only raw vegetables and fruits and soaked nuts. On Sunday, if you're all in Bangalore, you must attend this session, which I'm doing it with a great man called Dr. N.K. Sharma. Come over there, then you will know where my energy is coming from. I'm going to be 51 this year. Anshuman is saying, what about preventive healthcare industry? How exactly the company should work for behavior change? Brilliant point, Anushman. Even though there are 56 people still listening, even if it is one person, I will stay and then answer your question. That's the way I am. And Anshu, thank you so much for touching this. This is my favorite topic today. My favorite topic is food, body, and life, and not technology. And so I would love to take a few minutes and then talk about this. There is no preventive healthcare. That's the truth. The preventive healthcare is not available today. That's it. The preventive happens from you because you have not prioritized your life. If you prioritize your life, then you will know that you are wasting so much of time. When you realize that you have very less time, then you will realize, my God, I want to live a healthy life. When you understand that you want to live a healthy life, you realize that what is healthy? How do I define healthy? And that's where food, body, and life comes in, right? When you connect, food is external, body is you, right? How do you connect that? Unless until you eat wholesome food, how can you have energy? How can you prevent any disease? It's been 7 years. I've not taken a single pill in my 7 years experience. I lost my daughter, first daughter, because of cancer. Then my wife died 2 years after that. Within 2 years, I have not gone to a medical shop and bought one single medicine so far, whether it's Ayurvedic or allopathy or Unani or homeopathy, whatever it is. I have not, because I've gone deep down inside. And that's where I'm very thankful to people like N.K. Sharma, Dr. N.K. Sharma. You all should go read his books like Raw Food, Diet, Grains, and How Milk is Killing You. I'm not saying that I'm a vegan. Once in a while I eat cooked food, but 90% of the time I eat raw fruits and vegetables. Is AI can be some help for evaluating the customer experience? Absolutely. It is happening today, and there are great softwares which will throw you analytics called A/B testings, And there is a company called Hotjar, if I'm not wrong. And what they do is they do what is called a heat map analysis. There are many softwares which are brilliant. You can use those. Geeta, sorry, sent too quickly. What is the readiness of workspace to address customer needs? Brilliant point. The readiness is companies, surely they should focus on profit, but they should focus on empathy that they are creating for each other. They should understand that they are creating whatever they create, it should flourish the society. Otherwise, what's the point of living? What's the point? I'm not here to be a, make $1 billion and then be a richest man. That's not the point, right? That's your choice, but that's not my choice. My choice is to live a pain-free life, physically and mentally. Everything else is a byproduct of that. Ramesh Punaswamy is asking, thanks so much for the wonderful session, Muki. Thank you. Ramesh was our 5th employee. He's heading a very large team in SAP. I'm so thankful. Ramesh, you should give us business also, because we don't ask anybody for business. Now I'm asking. Definitely UX with human touch is the future. Absolutely. Which is saying experience is proprietary. Absolutely. How to go about designing universal experience when most of the folks still in my sector, which is health and medical, work in silos because they are focusing only on profits. They are interested in more and more customers. Today, you go to a hospital, if you're a cancer patient, a doctor has a clear goal that he has to pull out 25 lakhs from every customer. That's the way every cancer hospital works in India, in anywhere in the world. And if they are at that level, what's the point, right? You all should go to my Instagram page, Muki Regunathan. I talk about food, body, and life. Start from the beginning. And, because I talk about all this openly, Facebook has barred me from increasing it. So go there and then start following it. You learn so much about health. Arun Sallakumar, very well presented. Thanks so much, Muki. Ashika is saying, thanks so much, Muki. Insightful session. Thank you so much, Ashika. Ashika has a brilliant product called Mama Mia. And as a mother, she created this, how to save time for mothers. We are thankful to Ashika for giving the project to us. We all built it so passionately. All of you should go download it. And stop keeping everything to yourself. Then it'll die, just like the way how all the pictures you have it in your hard drive, you never get to see it. Kalere, I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it right. Thanks, Muki. What are your thoughts on content, product design for rural digital business ecosystem considering Indian third world scenario? We are absolutely not third world at all. We should stop saying we are third world. These are all the idea West has, hyped it. How is that we are third world? We are also living, they are also living. So I think we should stop saying that third world. So how do we design for rural digital business ecosystem? I think, in 1993, if my memory serves well, I read an article which said that India is the #1 country in terms of, entrepreneurs, because at that time, 59% or 52% of India were self-employed. Today, it has reduced drastically. I want that to be increased, and that's when things will change. We don't need one massive company who delivered food for you. We need hundreds of them, because I want a company to deliver only South Indian rasam for me. Why not? Life is changing, right? So there's great ways. Reach out to us, and I already gave you you can reach out to me in LinkedIn, and then we can talk about it. We can all collect together and then do many other sessions like these, interesting ones. Saurabh, an in-person session for better networking and osmotic learning. I don't know what is osmotic learning, but I completely agree. I'm tired of these digital ones. So this is the first one I'm doing it. Rajeshwar is saying wonderful insights. To look up to you, boss. We are all boss in our own way. The boss is inside. All we do is we travel to the Mars by closing our eyes in a jiffy. But we never ever traveled 1 inch below your chest, which is your heart. Start traveling inside your heart. Geeta is saying, what's your thoughts on impact of technology on health? It has tremendous impact. Technology can change and make this whole life joyfully, where people live without pain, without physical pain and mental pain. But it's changing, long way to go. Roshan is saying, feeling strongly that design is not only designer's job, It's the entire team's business. Absolutely, Roshan. I have to tell you guys, Roshan, I know him personally. He used to work with one of our customers called Soliton, and he was an engineer. He completely changed his what do I say, skills. He became a designer. He works with Intuit. I want all of you to do that. Don't get stuck. Design is beautiful. I'm not saying that you should not be engineer. No, that's not what I'm saying. If you have an iota of doubt, you are not loving what you do, time to change. It is the entire team's business. Everybody from the leadership teams to developers to talent acquisition folks should be aware of how important design and customer experience is. Absolutely. And we do that at Pepper Square. When you guys come to Pepper Square, I wish all of you can come to Pepper Square. And as I said, Sunday, if you all can go there, register and come, it'll be wonderful. Otherwise, you can always come here. We have a clean toilet. Whenever you go past through Jayanagar 7th block, please come here. 2 days. Some Monday and Tuesday we give organic breakfast. Wednesday and Thursday we give awesome organic lunch. Feel free to come and eat. We won't charge you for it, and you will love the way we cook. We cook in our office. Rahul says, what books you suggest for aspiring product managers? First is the book called Hooked. Second is called Deep Work. Third is called Essentialism. Fourth, I'll just hold on, guys. I'll show you the 2 new great books which I've not started reading. It's not available in India. It's available only in the US. It's called The Speculative Everything. The other one is called Speculating Future. Each cost a little expensive, some $4,000, but buy it. It's a brilliant, these are all 2 brilliant books. Pawan is saying, thanks a lot, Muki. Looking forward to meet you this Sunday. Thank you so much, Pawan. Please, looking forward to see you. Rahul says, would love to see online session with NK Sharma. We don't have an online session. It's a physical event, just like somebody else said that. There are many other questions, and I don't think we have we don't have the time? Yeah, because I have another session for the US customers. Meet you in Bangalore. Pawan is saying, please come. Supreet is saying, we eagerly await more informative session. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate. I wanted to tell all of you that focus on 3 things: food, body, and life. And when you focus on food, body, and life, automatically you will be peaceful. Why you will be peaceful? Because you will live a life pain-free. When you live a life pain-free physically and mentally, you will be peaceful. When you are peaceful, work happens. And after that, it doesn't matter whether you're working from home or office. You will start living life joyfully. Thank you so much.